So you've applied for a Diagnostic Medical Sonography program, and you're going to be called in for an interview soon. Here's some tips. Number one thing that you want to keep in mind is that schools are looking for someone, a student that is going to make their program in their school look good. So that means they want to keep up high graduation rates, high pass rates for certain exams, and high job placement rates. Are you going to be a good candidate to keep those rates up or raise them even higher or damage those rates? Another thing you want to do during the interview is show a little bit of personality. Don't be super stiff and I don't know what to do. They want to see who you are as a person. Of course, as with any interview, you want to be punctual and dress the part. So you don't have to be super fancy, wear a dress and high heels, but a nice shirt, some slacks, business casual shoes, or a blouse and a skirt, whatever is your taste, but business professional is what you want to go for. Above all, you want to express the qualities that will make you stand out as a potential student and a future sonographer. A good quality student and quality sonographer. Talk about some qualities that you have gained from previous experience in the work environment or from extracurricular activities. So now, let's talk about some questions that you might be asked. So this is not an all-inclusive list, but a few questions that you might want to keep in mind. So number one, typical interview question. Tell me about yourself. They might encourage you to talk about this, and you don't want to talk about, oh, I like to knit, I like cats, things like that. No, they want to know what qualities are going to make you a great student. So, are you disciplined? Somehow interweave that into the conversation. So, essentially, you want to express qualities that will demonstrate that you're a good student and you will become a great professional. So, you might want to talk about how you volunteer, how you like to study or read, possibly how you are a caretaker, things like that. The work experiences that you have gained. How do you see yourself as a future sonographer? Another question you might be asked is, what do you know about the role of a sonographer? They might want to know, do you really know what sonography is, or did you just randomly come across it and thought that, oh, this is a good career, when you don't really know that, for example, there's more that you can do besides scanning babies. Do you even know that you do more than just scan, that you have to write up reports and communicate with other providers? All the things that I have mentioned in my other videos, like the ultrasound misconceptions video. Another question that I was asked very soon in the interview was, do you have transportation? Appropriate transportation to and from clinical sites. So with sonography, of course, you have to travel sometimes for long distances, and they want to make sure that you're going to actually show up. You have reliable transportation to these different clinical sites. Another question I believe I was asked something similar was, how do you plan to succeed in your courses? So again, the staff wants to make sure that you are going to be able to actually pass these courses. They want to know that you have a plan in place and not that you're just going to go willy-nilly and hope for the best.
This is a great opportunity to express how you get organized for your classes, how you try to start on your assignments as soon as possible, how you get your study schedule organized and in a way that has already been effective in your prerequisites, and how you have good study methods for your exams.
Another key question is, why are you interested in a career in sonography? So this is definitely something that you want to express passion about, a deep reason for being interested in sonography. If you have a personal story to tell, this would be the time to tell it. And they don't want to hear, oh, I think the pay is good, so that's why I want to go into sonography. Or, I just want to scan babies all day. That's probably not what they want to hear. Or because you think it's an easy job or it's not very stressful. Don't say that. Don't say that. Another question they might ask is, how do you deal with difficult patients or a patient that might be upset? How would you deal with a situation like that? Sonography is not always easy, and they want to know, what is your plan? Do you know how to calm someone down and sometimes still get your job done, or create a new plan for that patient? Another question is, how well do you work with others? A lot of times, as a sonographer, you do have to work well with others, or even at your clinical sites, you might have to work with another student at that same site. Another question that you might be asked is, why did you choose this program out of the other sonography programs, or the other programs even at this school that you could have chosen? So they want to know that you've done your research and this is something that you really, really want to do. You're not como flojo. This is your real goal and you're serious about pursuing it. How do you handle stress? Sonography programs can be very stressful. Some people cannot take the pressure and they end up dropping out. They want to know that you are going to be able to start the program and finish the program. Another classic interview question is, what are your strengths and weaknesses? So the classic tip is to, of course, express your strengths, but your weaknesses could also be perceived as strengths. Or if you do want to talk about your weaknesses, talk about how you are currently working on those weaknesses.
My go-to answer for this is expressing that I'm a perfectionist. I'm always trying to do things just so, just right, and I'm really hard on myself. You see what I did there? It's kind of negative, but it's also kind of a good thing at the same time.
Last but not least, you may be asked, why should we choose you? Out of all the candidates, we get a lot of applications. Why should we choose you? Just make sure you have a well thought out answer and that you are not caught off guard. That you are highlighting your best qualities and that you are going to make their program or their school look really good. That future clinical sites will have positive things to say about you.
This is the time to express how much you care about people and how you want to positively impact someone's life. Also, that you're the type of person who will treat each patient like your own friends or family.
So those are my interview tips for applying for a DMS program. And I hope you guys have success. If you have another question that you think you might be asked, or if you've already gone through this process and you have a question that you think that other people should be prepared to answer, please drop that down in the comments. And don't forget to like this video if you found any part of this video helpful. I'll see you in the next video.